Good evening and welcome to another episode of Footy Corner. I'm Sparks, and excuse me if I'm a little bit croaky. It's 2 days after the event. We did a lot of shouting and screaming, and you probably heard on the TV and whatever. It sounded like a decent atmosphere. So, that's why my throat is like that. Daniel, you're about the same kind of thesis, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm just recovering from that
Yeah.
event 2 nights ago, man. That special night. I was blessed and privileged to be there. So yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
I've
having
seen
me
it.
tonight to talk about it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos that are now and are putting it out that basically people have paid up to £10,000 for tickets to that one game, which is just crazy, you know. Yeah, it's a bit mad
Yeah.
that people can sell them for those kind of figures anyway. So it's clearly season ticket holders as well because they're all in lower tier. So
Right. Okay. Yeah.
uh,
I heard some chat on the train from some guys getting off like, oh, I'd pay 500 quid if I could get a ticket.
yeah, I heard
So
500 quid.
people were there trying to get tickets on the night, and it was just buzzing, man. Like good half hour before kickoff, it was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I did kind of get the feeling that there were more season ticket holders and there were more people. Well, not necessarily season ticket holders, but more of the old guard that was, that were making a noise a couple of years ago. I kind of got that kind of vibe that those kind of people were back rather than so many tourists. So I don't know if you felt the same, but yeah, that's kind of how it felt to me. Bez, you watched it from a bar. What was the feeling in the bar?
Well, with the music in the background, didn't even make up for atmosphere, but nonetheless, I enjoyed the result. Of course, it was a great result, as we say.
Yeah, you were kind of the only one that had the benefit of replays because obviously we saw what happened live and we all had our different angles.
I
And
guess.
So you probably saw more of what was actually going on than we actually saw. We were just kind of in moments. I don't know if you've seen the video that I put out, but I caught the first free kick and it going in the goal, and then after that I kind of fell over a little bit. So I did a pan around the ground. I ended up then panning onto Courtois, who had a face like a slapped ass, obviously, and it was blurred. So I don't know if you've watched that video to the end, but it was blurred, and then it just came into focus. So it was like it was like monumental how it's actually captured Courtois. It's just like it's
Great moments, Fox. Great moments.
yeah,
Great moment to capture.
absolutely epic. And I didn't catch the second one, but yeah, I thought about doing the same again, but I thought, when you're in the stadium and you're in there, you don't want to have the phone out all the time, do you? It's kind of ruining the effect, as it were. So yeah, but it was a bit mad. But yeah, when you saw the first free kick, Bez, you thought that the second one would go in after watching the first one, didn't you?
Because the way his eyes just lit up, like, I've got this. Oh, God, he just told the captain, pretty much the main captain, I've got to this. I know what to do. You can see that look in his eye, like glint, more like, like a leopard or a tiger or a lion. Like, I got this. Like, leave it to me,
Yeah, I mean, he kind of alluded to that in the interview that he did. He kind of went, because Jova was pointing and doing a lot of flapping arms around that I noticed he was doing. You probably didn't see that so much on the TV, but where I was, and I'm just looking over and going, and
I saw this. I was like, what is
he
that?
was literally, swinging his arm, right? So it was literally, yeah. That I think Arteta was doing that with hand signals, but Jova himself was literally, he was almost pushing the ball across in the air. It was ridiculous. So did you see that from where you were sat, Daniel?
So my season ticket is it's a nosebleed, like it by the center circle, but directly opposite Mikel and the benching staff. So I definitely didn't see that from my angle, but I saw the clips afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit mad that obviously that was happening, and then you could see the conversation on the field, and I don't know. Did any of you actually know before the first one had happened who was actually going to take the free kick?
I just assumed it was going to be Odegaard because he's been taking them for the last 4 years.
That was my thought as well, because obviously you got to the situation, but obviously there's 3 players over it, and we're like, what have we got options from free kick? This isn't normal, and then we see one walk off. And I'm like, right, okay, well that's not the option I thought that was going to happen, but okay, whatever we're seeing here, and then Rice did that.
Man, I've been like, I think the whole Arsenal community has been crying and screaming for Declan Rice to be taking our free kicks, because we haven't scored other than the kind of scrappy one that Saka scored against PSG at the beginning of the season.
It doesn't count as a free kick. That doesn't.
Yeah,
count as
it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
I think it was in Champions League as well, wasn't it?
It was in Champions League against PSG.
But yeah, apparently that one doesn't count because I don't know why it doesn't count, but apparently it doesn't. It was a bit scruffy, but it was still
it bobbled in. But yeah, like one that's lifted off the ground and got into the corner of the net for 4 years, and never on my wildest dreams I think it would go in. And then by the time the second one came along, I said to my neighbour next to me, mate, go on again, Deckers, go on, do it again, mate. But I said it kind of half jokingly, not expecting it, in jest.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, he's actually done it. Like, what on earth has happened?
Yeah, but well, it was mental, but I don't know how you had the confidence to basically say he's going to do the same thing again, Bez. I don't know where you got that kind of faith from, to be honest, especially since it's been so long.
I swear to God, Sad. I told my mates, Daniel and Osiport, I told them, I swear to God, let him do it again. He can do it again. I was like, why not?
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm saying that I just don't know where you've got the confidence from to actually believe it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not.
Well, I said 2-0 prediction before the game. I said they're beatable, but yeah.
Wow.
Well, what did you actually predict?
2-0.
You predicted 2-0. What did you predict, Daniel?
I thought 2-1. I thought we'd concede.
Yeah.
Again, never in my wildest dreams I think we'd be beating 3-0. Yeah.
I'll be very blunt though.
What about you, Sparks? What did you?
I thought 2-1. I thought 2-1 as well. I still had us winning it, and I don't know if it was out of a bit of bias for my team and a bit of hopium and a bit of whatever. But I still, blind faith. But I think even from that point of view, I still think 2-1. I saw that as knocking us out.
It's that jeopardy from the goal if we conceded one, which is why I'm still petrified for next week. Like that first 15 minutes, if we concede and the Bernabeu, could be rocking, our backs could be against the wall there, and I'm still fearful for next week. It's Madrid in the Champions League. Their story goes untold. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit like that, Bez, isn't it? We can't just take it for granted. It has to be considered that the job's not done, and play it professionally, and like you say, basically 15-20 minutes, and either keep it 0-0 or put one in.
I'll say press them. Yeah, press them from the early on. Just press them on. That they tried to do to us from the get-go. I used to my mate as well after second half. We need to do to them what they did first half. So we did the same thing, but the way we did it, we only had one yellow, and barring that, Partey had an amazing game despite the yellow.
I was surprised he stayed on actually. Yeah,
same. I'm just happy everyone was just ready for this battle. They're ready for this first round of it. The first blood, shall we say, of the game.
I didn't even realise he got booked actually. But at the time, I saw obviously the things after the event, and then I saw the booking, but I didn't think.
Why are you tearing your hair out over the referee?
At me,
I certainly was. No, at the referee.
Was I?
Yeah.
I thought it was shocking. I thought he pandered to them absolutely everything they did, and the only time that changed was when Bellingham and Lewis Skelly kind of had them coming together. Which it seemed to me from a distance, and I haven't seen anything that changes my mind, that Bellingham was kind of holding him onto the ground and trying to get him to react to something.
Yeah.
And
trying to get him sent off.
Well, he was trying to get him to flap to get up, and he just got up and walked off. And I thought that was for all the crap that he's got in the last few weeks. I thought that was amazing. The fact that he just literally, he was literally trying to wind him up, and they've seen that as a target to get somebody sent off and whatever, and he literally just pushed himself up off the floor, and he just walked back into towards the Arsenal players, and I thought, brilliant. That's exactly what he should have done. Don't need to get involved with anything. We were already 2 up by that point anyway, I believe. I kind of lost track of timings by that kind of events of things, but yeah. When he walked off, he just saw Bellingham basically pat the ground, and it was kind of amazing, really.
He tried to make him a bit silly because remember he tried to foul Saka and he almost injured Saka as well, Bellingham. As much as I kind of like him, but at the same time, I was like, "Come on, man, behave yourself."
Yeah, he became quite petulant. Absolutely right. He became quite petulant, and
he's spoiled, isn't he? He's a bit spoiled
at times. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw the game against Valencia, but
yeah. Is that the Copa del Rey? So if I cut you off, the Copa del Rey as well. Madrid looks so defensively weak,
that was in the league, I think. These
Copa del Rey, I mean.
But that
only won 5-4. Only won 5-4.
Yeah, I'm going to say they won that one. They won that one against was it against Atletico, wasn't it?
Yeah, but one was 5-4. Don't aggregate.
Yeah, that was Atletico. But the Valencia game, they lost 2-1, and they didn't exactly pepper the goal, but they should have scored 2 or 3 more. And yeah, they didn't. And as we see in the Premier League quite a lot, you don't take your chances. 94th minute, Valencia scored. And there was only 4 minutes added. So, but yeah, he walked off, and the VAR screen, he basically booted the VAR screen. Not the screen itself, not the high level, but the stand that it was on.
Yeah.
He just booted it as going off. You're like a petulant little child.
That's a shame, really.
Man.
Yeah. There's no party without Thomas Partey. That's what I say.
How good was he, by the way?
Yeah, he was incredible. Really, really good. In that first half, I thought Camavinga popped, but by the second, it was the Declan Rice and Partey show. Like they were absolutely dominating that midfield.
Lewis Skelly as well. I thought was contributing to that.
Absolutely.
Well, and Timber at the other side, but it was so hard to pick a bad player as well, wasn't it? So I mean,
I mean, Gabriel had that shaky first 30 seconds.
And Saka started it. Saka started it, didn't he? Because he
had 2 shaky moments. Yeah, 2 shaky moments.
Yeah, I don't know if that pass was supposed to be to Saliba or to Odegaard. I didn't really work it out. But with the power that he put on, it looked like it was supposed to go to Odegaard.
Yeah.
And with the direction it went, it looked like it was supposed to go to Saliba. So I was like, there's a bit of a.
It was just nerves. It was nerves that was just coursing through their veins. But I think once they got past it, it was like, actually, we can play these lot. Like, we're in this game. And that belief just kind of crept through our play. And we were unlucky in that first half not to have scored, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going in at 0-0. Were we kind of thinking our chances have passed?
I don't know. I knew they were vulnerable in some actions, but there was a sense of relief as well, because Mbappe got away, Vinny got away as well, where I had to make those saves. So there was a bit of relief that you're still only 0-0 at half time. I was like, okay, we're in this game. Yeah,
really I haven't seen the team in a week, to be honest with you.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I'm not surprised Declan made it. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's a great point.
But yeah, it could have got to the point, and I thought Madrid were quite bad in the first half, to be honest. And it was kind of getting to the point where I was like, they can't be that bad again in the second half. Was that the kind of what you saw, Bess?
Yeah, because they're like wasteful both at the same time. They're trying to take, if I say this right in English, they're trying to take the spotlight for themselves. Like, as you know me, I can have players I like that play for Madrid, but the rest of Mbappe, they're like, man, what are you doing? Why does it have to be the showbob Mbappe? The game is about a team of football like we have. Right now in our team, there's not many like people just say, oh, take the spotlight, it's all about me. No. With these lot, Real Madrid is all about them. They're all, one player makes this spotlight thing. It's all about him. It's all about him. It's all about me. I think, but it's not about you. No, it's not about you. Like when I think Declan Rice scored, I think the first or second one, he did that Henry smirk to say like, not bad. I think, what do you mean not bad? What were you in the game then? I mean, as much as I like him, his level of spotlight. Sorry, his greed and arrogance sometimes gets the better of me and to like him more. And I think he sometimes needs to stop this nonsense. It's not always about you. I want to say, yes, he's the French national team. Yes, he's now in his almost prime, shall we say? But he's not that. Well, he's not that player to be able to say to himself, "Oh, yeah, let me take the spotlight. Let me be Ronaldo right now and just make everything happen for the team." From also in the TV itself, I was like, man, but it's not about you though. It's not about you, I was like, and then the fact, and I'll say this, I'm sorry if I keep this too long, this segment, the way Skelly as well went to Caravinga, like, you kick the ball away. So what's your problem? And I love the fact he actually delivered to the referee to say, look, he
knew what he was doing there, because he did that right in front of the referee.
Yeah, but Skelly went like this. Like,
yeah, he was stood in front of the referee, so he stood between Camavinga and the referee. Good. So he was basically going, yeah, you have no choice now, and it's your own fault.
Good. Do you think Camavinga mistook that whistle for the final whistle, hence why he booted it? That was my first thought. That this could have been the final whistle, and that's why he's booted it. But then saw the card flash up. I was like, hang on.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, there were 4 minutes added. I expected a lot more, to be honest with you. I expected 8 minutes coming up. But yeah, when the 4 minutes come up, and then what was it? It was on 92 minutes, was it?
It was on like 93 minutes.
93rd, yeah, 93rd.
Oh, okay.
93rd, 20 seconds or something it was.
Okay, so it's possible, but I
mean, the fact is, he would have been banned anyway for the return leg.
Yeah, he was already out, wasn't he?
He was already out, so it didn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, so I think I'm not even sure if that was kind of an evening up moment from the referee, just to go right. Okay, well you gave me no choice, but I can put some money in my bank. Do you know what I mean? Some credit in the bank that I've not been totally against them all game, because I think they were, to be fair. And it took him a while to give both their free kicks. That the one on Saka and the one on
Partey. Was it
on Partey? No, it wasn't.
But both were on Saka. But both.
One was Alaba, wasn't it, on Saka?
Yeah.
And one was Camavinga, wasn't it? But yeah, I didn't even see him flash a card for the Camavinga one, but he was in the book somehow. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's Simon. I think that is Simon. Correct me if I'm wrong, Simon. We didn't give them a chance to relax into their swagger. They were firefighting throughout. I think it was completely true. I think that literally we dominated the midfield. We dominated the whole of our half, and we just literally locked them up. We just didn't have give them a chance to do anything. But I agree with what Bez says there as well. They are a team of egos.
But that's the problem. I'm sorry if I just keep jumping in, but I see, because you know me, I follow the Brazil team and I follow the France team. You saw the Croatia in the first leg. Mbappe just literally says to the team, pass me the ball. Give me the ball. I'm thinking, man, if you're idolizing Henri, if you're idolizing Ronaldo, I'm a Ronaldo fan, and if I say something, please, you can freely block me for what I'm saying. Ronaldo even says, I play as a team player. But Mbappe does this thing, the spotlight's on me. I'm not the Messiah. Give me all the spotlight. I said, my friend, no. You know, just
but he hasn't. He doesn't just do that. He did it with PSG, didn't he?
obviously,
France, exactly the same thing.
My friend, I'm saying to you, I hate to cut you off both. I'm just saying, what I'm seeing as a football fan, he makes it all about him. This one needs to stop this nonsense, because clearly his play style is just dropped completely from what I remember him growing up. Well, him growing up, not me, but him growing up. He's not the same Mbappe I remember, you know?
The thing is, I don't think you can get away with it, Real Madrid.
No, you can't. And
there's no one to hide. And those fans don't really give a crap, to be fair. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, if they think you're crap, they're giving you crap about it.
They will.
And it's as simple as that. But because they are what they are, and they've got those standards of the best players in the world. I mean, there's people screaming for Ancelotti to get sacked. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having our Ancelotti at Arsenal and our fan base screaming for him to get sacked? There'd be like world wars, because how dare Arsenal fans want their best
Everton
manager
did.
out?
Sorry if I cut you, but Everton did though.
Yeah, but it's a different scenario, and now that might be different as well, because they've got money to spend and whatnot with all their takeovers and whatever. But they thought that bringing that kind of manager in, that would get them over the line with things, and nothing does it with just getting a decent manager. You need to spend the money to back the manager to do whatever, and they didn't really. Well, they did, and they didn't they? They kind of did it in the wrong areas, and they're probably still paying for it now. To be fair, that's probably where their points deduction and everything came from in the first place, where they just tried to splash it all over the place, and they just come a cropper doing it. So yeah, all these talk of the rules and stuff. The rules are there to protect it. And as much as we get told, well, you know, red cartel, this, that, and the other, you know, you kind of got to take it at some point. Chelsea have just got 1-0 against Legia Warsaw. And Bodo Glimt are beating Lazio.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that is crazy.
What turn for the books?
Yeah, I mean, it won't stay. I doubt it stays like that, to be fair. What's this? They were second best all over the pitch. I believe they were. Yeah, I really believe they were.
Yeah, the stats was Arsenal's 1.50 xG to 0.5 xG.
Yeah, I only really. They're awful. Expect two.
Oh, us 2-2 Madrid.
Oh, right, okay. I was
yeah, I read it the other way around. Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, you expect us to win 2-0, or you expect
us
to win?
Us.
Really confused. Really confused with that one, but there we go. If you're in the stream, please make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers, so any help you can do with that, please come through. Hit the subscribe on the YouTube, and any comments we'll address as we're going along. and whatnot. But just wanted to go back to kind of like the display at the start of the game, and it was really nice to actually see that we did something slightly different, albeit a little bit Americanized and a little bit franchised and this, that, and the other. It was still quite nice to do something. Obviously, it's an occasion. We got Real Madrid back playing in our stadium. What did you make of it from your point of view, Daniel?
I absolutely loved it. It really gave that sense of occasion and that sense of atmosphere. So the club organised like a tifo display where I was like these plastic bags in red and white going all around the stadium. I think it was fans who set off some pyro or some flares to just really add to the atmosphere. It just felt that it was going to be a special night, and the tifo displays, Henry on one side, invoking 2006, Arteta's message, make it happen, on the other side. Honestly, it felt big. It felt really big, and it just added to that sense that we're part of history tonight. Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I thought the same. Did you see much of that on the actual TV, Bez?
I did, but I kept having goosebumps. For my personal speaking, this game is just this tie. Even it just brings me so much memories of when I was 16, growing up with this memories of this shirt. Even
Yeah.
Because I lost I don't want to take it personal to say be a crocodile baby now, but basically I lost my mom's dad the same night as we beat Real Madrid away in that tie in 2006. So for me, literally, like something told me in my head, we can do this. We can actually do this. We've done before. And clearly in a worse state of mind. And then bear in mind that season as well was literally the season out of Invincibles. Our season was not really the best season ever. So I kind of believe that we can do it again. I don't know, something my belief would literally up and down. Literally, I was taking the bus from where I'm from, as in London. Literally thinking we can do this. Everyone felt right. The fans were nice. Our Arsenal fan was good.
How did that come over on the TV actually? Because I don't really yeah, I've seen like loads of videos, but you kind of get distorted sounds on them, and people are putting Champions League putting emblems and stuff like that over the top. So how did it actually sound on TV?
Bear in mind, first off, I only watched from TNT. Bloody hell, they only had the pre-match off the Bayern game, which is a bit like awful to say. Arsenal game, they dismissed it. I thought, which is surprising. And then second half, as you know, I had to do with music. So me, my atmosphere-wise, I had no atmosphere at all. It was just, I literally started to sink in. I was like, you Arsenal. This year thinking, yep, got this. But the best one was literally through the first half, just near the end, when we were walking from the place where we meet up. Now I don't want to disclose the place we meet up to the Queen's Cross. I literally can hear the fans were so electric. I'm like, oh my god. So my hair in my arm were like, I'd love to be there again in these sort of nights. I've been Champions League games before, like at least this year I've been to one, which is Shakhtar Donetsk, as but that's like Shakhtar Donetsk. Nothing against them, but they're not a big team like not,
Yeah,
but it's like
it's not quite the sense of occasion, is it?
No,
that you're going to get against a Real Madrid, a Barcelona, or anything like that.
No, I couldn't resist doing a bit of a rewatch. Well, both of the goals since I got back, but I bought on Prime, and it sounded loud. It did sound loud.
So what was that on? That was.
So the match was actually on Prime, on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I've watched the highlights on there, but obviously there's a lot of talking on it, so it's kind of you don't really get the atmosphere. That was
the
CBS. So if I could do CBS, BBC, if I say name now, Sky, not Sky. I don't know if Sky had it, but anyway, all sorts of. There's just like. I heard Jim Beglin as well. Jim Beglin, the old ITV commentator. I was like, oh my god, that voice again. I was like, oh god.
Blast from the past.
Okay, imagine I was 16 at the time when we had this particular time with this shirt. Even I was like, oh my god, my memories is like. So I tried not to cry even after you left Spark. I literally tried not to cry in like a second. That's been like this.
You tried not to cry. What moment? What moment was that?
I must have been after the Rice goal. It's just when I saw that eye, the eye.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Inside the stadium, I don't know if you were the same, Daniel, but inside the stadium, I had every single emotion, right? Apart from crying. I never wanted to cry once. I was just like, and I'm not just saying that just because I'm on stream. So if I did, I'd tell you. But I didn't, and I was just like, I felt like shock and kind of a bit of awe and a bit of like coming of age, if you know what I mean. It was kind of a bit of a momentous kind of thing that was happening, and then
it felt unreal. It felt
well, it still does. Actually,
is this really? Yeah, is this really happening? Like,
yeah. It was kind of at that point. I was kind of, I mean, especially when the third one went in, and at the end of the game, I was kind of going, well, we could have actually scored 5 or 6.
Courtois kept the score respectable.
He had a double save and a triple save.
Yeah.
Alba cleared one off the line.
Yeah.
Who was it? Rudiger nearly scored an own goal, essentially, for hitting it off Camavinga. That could have gone anywhere, that.
Saka's really good play.
So, yeah. Yeah, Simon saying the same. 100% epic. My throat is still wrecked.
So that's Simon now. That's Simon. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Simon.
Okay, good to know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it is Simon.
I don't know.
I recognize it from. Yeah.
Good to know.
Sure it is. I mean, he'll tell me if I'm wrong because I'm absolutely useless with names. So yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, faces. I can go all day long and I'll start chatting to people and just be talking to them for like hours, and they're just like,
what's your name again?
What's your name? It's really bad. But yeah,
you know me though. I'll do the best dance. I'll do the best dance if you want.
Murray, there you go. Sorry.
From Happy Monday.
Sorry, Murray. I destroyed your name. It won't be the first time, and it probably won't be the last.
Okay, so it's not Simon. It's Murray. Murray Walker.
Yeah, it's but yeah, it's yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the coronet with us as well. So yeah, but yeah, how do we go on from here? Because obviously we've got a game coming up the weekend,
Saturday,
and on Wednesday, obviously we got the return leg in Madrid. So what would you do if you're Arteta now? I mean, let's go on to Arteta for a minute, because he's got a lot of stick from a lot of people, and that was a masterclass, wasn't it?
He was absolutely incredible in terms of his tactics, making sure that their fullbacks were pinned by having Martinelli and Saka wide, and Lewis Skelly inverting into midfield, always creating that space for Rice, because Rodrigo just didn't know where to go. He didn't know who to mark. Do I mark Rice? Do I mark Lewis Skelly? Martinelli's still high and wide. Like he caused absolute mayhem for that Madrid midfield. I can't praise Arteta enough for his game management, and I think also a very, very brave call in some ways to back Kivior. He could have easily stuck Ben White in there, put Saliba at left centre back, and thought, this is the more secure back four. But good credit to him for sticking with Kivior, because Kivior, he didn't put Farong off that initial shaky moment.
What would you have done? Would you have put White and Timber in?
I think I might have done. I might have put White as right centre half. And Saliba left centre half, because Saliba, if I'm not mistaken, he does play there for France. Bez, you can probably correct me. He plays left centre half for France.
Yeah.
So I might have done that, just because Kiva has had a few moments.
Yeah, I'm playing party as well, because obviously there was the option of dropping Rice a bit deeper, playing Marino in that position,
Jorginho
off the left. And, yeah, I mean, Jorginho probably slow it down a little bit too much. I think it was probably the too much of a loss of control, if that was the case. But I think obviously if he'd have gone with that and then played a Trossard off the front or even Ethan up front, but I mean I'm not a fan of the idea of playing Ethan up front anyway. To be honest with you,
I think.
Can I just please add that I realized watching in TV as well how Partey, I know he played for Atletico Madrid, but the way he was so hungry and full of desire to actually
he was a monster, mate.
Yeah, exactly, a beast to tell them I played against your rivals, so come at me right now. Come.
Yeah. He just cleaned everything up. He really did, and I didn't even know that he got booked. I really didn't.
It was just silly. It was just silly because he had to take one for the team.
It was a nothing foul, really. Exactly. It didn't even warrant a card.
But this is something I said last night, because I don't know if you watched the PSG Villa game last night.
The highlights only I watched. But go on.
Yeah, so I watched the PSG game and they were saying, well, Emery took off cash at half time, right, for disaster. I mean, I don't know why they even signed him. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Was he on loan? Was he a permanent signing from Chelsea?
I think he is on loan, but I think he's on loan with a decent option.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got an obligation, but I think it's a decent option. But yeah, I don't know who Emery was listening to in the Chelsea committee. Let's go with that, because there are a lot of blindsiders on the internet from the Chelsea kind of walks of life that's kind of glaze their players. But why they signed him anyway, I've got no idea. Especially when you get Asensio and Rashford up front. But anyway, Cash got booked in the first half, and like you said, with Partey, it was a nothing challenge, and it must have been a nothing challenge because I don't even remember him getting a booking for it. But if, like with MLS, when we played, was it PSV, and he got a booking, and he went in for that tackle, but he didn't actually make contact, but he kind of did make contact, if you know what I mean. It was a grey yellow card event, wasn't it? But in the Champions League more than anywhere, don't you think that if there's a soft yellow card gone before, then the bar for the red card is raised a lot?
It should be, yeah.
No, but I think that's what I've noticed this year is more times than not, if they've done a rash challenge, then and they've done something else like straight after or something like that, they don't get the same kind of leniency, if you know what I mean. But when they've got yellow card for something and nothing that they kind of had no choice but to give them a yellow card because of the position that they're in, that second yellow red card seems to come with more of a barrier, and that's kind of something I think Emery should have considered last night. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange old competition, isn't it? Because there was that handball kind of shout, and apparently that's not a penalty, but it was a penalty for us against Inter. So
it's a lack of consistency, doesn't it? It drives you mad, and they were taking a really, really long time, a really good look at it to decide that it wasn't a pen. And just saying to my neighbours next to me, like, if it's taking this long, go and tell the ref to have a look at it on the screen, because.
Or if you haven't noticed anything clear and obvious, we know what the clear and obvious should be.
Sort of a PGMOL phrase, but yeah.
I know it is. But if you're taking that kind of stance, you take it across the board and just go, well, if you can't see anything in the first 30 seconds, it's nothing. Because it's not obvious, is it? If you've got to analyse it, it's not obvious, is it?
Yeah.
So so I kind of got to that, but what's it saying? Crazy United, I didn't even remember. to get any decent pictures. We had Declan Rice standing on the video hoardings 5 meters from us. And
and comment on his face. I love the way he describes it.
So yeah.
Can we talk about Merino's performance as well, man? That's what's underrated.
Yeah, we have underglossed
we
it.
kind of covered that a little bit, but yeah, go for it. I mean, if you want to say something, say it.
Can I just say the way he's carried himself in this situation as a makeshift striker, for me, I can't be more happier. The way he's going about it is amazing, no?
I completely agree, and I think that what he does in the midfield has gone under the radar as well.
Completely.
And it kind of does remind me of Saka when he first came.
Yeah.
And it was like when he first came, it was like things that didn't get mopped up now get mopped up. We're turning around quicker, but nobody really takes any notice of it.
Only us, of course. Only us.
Well, I think it's what it is because people are trying to put down the hyped up players like Rice and Saka and I mean I guess Merino now is played as a striker. Havertz, if you like, maybe even Saliba, right? They're watching and analysing those performances so much that they're actually missing the game.
Yeah, he's gone under the radar a little bit. Yeah.
I think it literally gets done because when Merino first came and he turned like a truck. He literally turned like a truck. And
people forget he had a broken shoulder and he wasn't fit at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's literally where I was going to go with it.
Yeah,
and I think that knocked his confidence. That obviously, and he may well have been put back in a little bit too early as well.
Who was it that fought in the training again? Sorry,
say again.
It was Big Gabby.
Oh God, my man Gabby from Brazil, innit? It had to be Big Gabby.
Did you not know that?
No, I just forgot. I didn't know.
He fell on him, didn't he?
Yeah, he landed him. That's what someone landed
literally
on him.
landed
I don't know
on
who
him.
did. I'm saying someone landed
like
on him.
a big tree trunk. So yeah, but yeah, so I reckon he's probably come back a bit early because obviously we were short in midfield and we were short at fullback, and we needed to release Partey to go right back. So he probably came in a bit too early, and he wanted to kind of wean himself into it, didn't he? And he was like that kind of early introduction, if you like. Jesus. Bodo Glimt a 2-0 up against Lazio.
Say no more, man.
Chelsea a 3-0. Well, okay.
What about Man United? How are they going? Or the other
they haven't started yet. It's started at
8, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I've just got a live score on. But yeah, but yeah, I think that the I just think he was probably a bit restricted, a bit ginger, a bit whatever, and it went under the radar. Obviously, he's grown more into it.
And great finish, though, as well. Great bloody finish, man.
But I think it's easier than that.
It was a really difficult finish, I think. Like to take that ball as he was kind of turning and to generate that sort of power from that position in the box. He made it look easier than it actually was.
It was better than that. It was better than that because he forced the turn.
Yeah, he did. You're absolutely right, Spot.
He literally took a forward step, he took a backward step, he put his hands down to beckon the ball, and then as soon as Lewis Skelly put it across, he went across and then put his legs through it, his laces through it.
Can I please say this? And I know he signed a week after my birthday last year, by the way. I'm sure Daniel might not know this. Sparky, you already know this. Against Chelsea as well, Daniel, I was literally 6 seats away from him. I decided to go to the loo because I didn't go to the loo before the game. I go to the loo. 4 minutes later, he scored. I was like, for goodness sake, man. I love him to bits, even though I play for Newcastle, this man. But still, who cares now? You know, every player's played for Newcastle.
I mean, he didn't play that many games, to be fair. I think he played about 18 games or something.
Yeah.
It was very much.
But like, oh, God. But still, Is it Eminem? I won't go to Eminem. Simple Eminem.
He's really sort of grown into this role. I look back to that West Ham game, like his positioning then was kind of all over the show. He didn't really know where to stand. He didn't know how to kind of pin back the centre halves. Now, like he sort of knows where to be, but he's kind of taking on like a kind of false nine, second striker sort of role, dropping into midfield, creating that space for Rice and Saka and Martinelli to run into. If there was one criticism from Saturday's, from Tuesday night's game, it was just to run onto those balls that Saka was putting in for him. But yeah, honestly, you cannot fault the man's work rate.
That's not just him though. There's other
of course.
players.
Rice was there as well. Rice was there as well, of course, absolutely.
There's two glaring opportunities. One was a little bit close to the keeper and a defender, but the second one that went through, that's on the prime highlights, is just like I'd just die that little bit.
Yeah.
I'm imagining 4-0, you know. Literally every time I've watched that so many times, and every single time I watch
also Courtois 6'7". That means he's a giant compared to most football players out there, no?
Yeah, he really is. He really is. But yeah, how do you approach the game at the weekend?
You want me to say first if you want?
Well, yeah, anybody.
I'll say bring Ben White back and rest Kevio, of course. I'll say rest Raya.
Wait. You're resting Kivior.
My friend, you want him to be, well, what? You want Ben White to be fully like just...
No, I don't want freaking Timber injured. That's what I don't want.
Well, I was getting to that, no?
Well, he's a perfect replacement for Timber, isn't he?
Well, fair enough.
I mean, if I'm saving anybody, I'm saving Timber.
Okay, fine then. Okay, Timber it is then. Agreed. Timber it is. Saliba, yes, definitely, rotate a bit.
He's not
definitely. Ryan needs to rest now. I'm sorry, but Ryan.
There's no way he's getting rested. I mean,
yeah.
No, we need Neto. They give Neto a little send off, man. We need Neto to play against.
I mean that PSV tie, the return one, played under 14s. Great comment.
I mean, I'm here for getting down in the game.
Yeah.
He needs special permission, doesn't he? Because it's 15.
I think Mikel is going to do what he did against Everton. I think we'll see Sterling up front. I think we'll see Ranieri on the right and possibly Leo there. Take your bid.
I'll be right back. Let me get them. Actually, I don't know. Should I get them in white, in beige, in blue, in black? I don't know.
I think I'm upset, Murray. He didn't invite me to take my boots, just pairs.
Oh, you told me, so I'm ready. Let me do my dance now. Let me do my dance for Happy Mondays now. Oh God, carry on.
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
Yeah, I think Jorginho will make a return. I think Potter gets rested again. I think it'll be an identical lineup to what we saw against Everton, and I think that's a sensible approach. If I could rest Saliba, I'd rest Saliba as well, but there isn't anyone else I think who could come in.
I don't think there is. Calafiori might be back. Calafiori is in training.
Interesting.
So you could essentially, put Saliba in there. You put Kavir on the right side.
Kachuri is who's 18 years old, who's from Albania, but born in Lewisham. You can put the Albanian guy who plays for Arsenal youth level now.
But yeah, I mean, again, he probably needs special dispensation. If he's under 16, then he needs special dispensation.
He played League Cup though. He played League Cup.
Is it Maldini Kakuri?
Yeah, exactly Maldini. But I'm saying his family exactly Maldini. Oh,
yeah,
that name again.
Yeah, but yeah, well, we've got a Salah as well, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we do. We have a Salah as well.
If he's anywhere near as good as the other Salah, who's stepping up for another contract, by the way. I don't know if anybody's seen that.
Yeah, we want that.
Him and Van Dijk.
Yeah, both of them. So, which I kind of expected anyway, to be honest. Especially the longer it's gone on, and there's been no links to anybody else. So it kind of.
Truth be told, man. Truth be told, unless you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll save that for another stream because we got enough to go with what we're going on with, and we'll go down another alley and we'll never get back.
No thanks.
So, yeah.
No thanks. No thanks.
Start versus Madrid.
Is this? I mean, I'm not sure. I'd start him against Madrid. I don't think he needs to.
No. Not start.
I think because he's had injuries when he came in the first place, I think he's had enough of that. And I think when he actually came, he came with an injury as well. He went on international duty, had a knock, came back, and because of our situation, he was our only proper fullback. So he was on left back 1 week, right back the next, left back again, take a knock, back, playing in wherever he was playing, because he's played blooming everywhere, really. But so I think he needs a bit of kid gloves, really, a bit of bubble wrap, and just save him. But would be my thoughts. But I don't know if you're different.
I mean, in my opinion, if he's available and he's able to play at centre half, if there's any opportunity to rest Saliba,
I mean, play him in the league. I'm not saying play. I'm not saying play him for the whole game or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying play him in on Saturday, and play him at centre back if you possibly can. And if you can get Saliba out for a bit, then utilise him in there. There's less running involved.
Absolutely.
But I don't think I'll play him in the Madrid game. Is this the guy you were on about? Is it Rosiak?
I think Bez was talking about Maldini Kalkuri. I don't know. Oh, Bez, are you there?
No, I'm here.
Sorry.
Rosiak, I don't know who Rosiak is, actually, to be honest.
He's Rosiak's a Polish midfielder from our academy.
Okay.
So I did a message from someone to respond to.
Yeah, so we want a bit of rotation, really, don't we? And then
I would love to.
So,
I know.
yeah.
What about we throw Zinchenko in midfield for once? We've never seen midfield hardly for us. Would be nice for a change.
Can we stop with this experimenting nonsense? Why do we need to experiment now? Zinchenko's going to go in the summer.
Man, not experiment. I'm saying for the sake of rotation, nothing else.
But why do we need to? You've got Jorginho on the bench. You got
some of the youngsters.
I mean, you could probably, if you put, I mean, there's probably more likelihood of Tierney doing that than anybody else.
Tierney then. Tierney, okay. I'll take Tierney. I'm a big fan of Tierney still. I like Zinchenko, but I'm more fan of Tierney.
In fairness, when Rice had a bit of a stinker against West Ham, Arteta did take off Rice for Zinchenko, and he put Zinchenko in that left eight midfield.
That's the only time I've seen
it. It was a bit of it was, and I think against PSV as well. But it was a bit of a Hail Mary then, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he had a choice, did he? It was kind of like you say, it was a Hail Mary, and yeah. But yeah, I think Calafiori of all people, I think, has earned the right to get a bit of fitness into him, because I think he's given a lot for the team. And
you can finish the ball as well. Can score some cracking goals in his
time. Well, he's been clutch as well, hasn't he? So he's kind of contributed to league position. Did he score a cup goal as well? Did I mention that?
Well, Man City away.
Maybe just 2 league goals.
Wolves,
I can't remember.
Yeah,
it was Wolves, wasn't it?
I think Rosiak was what he was talking about.
Oh right, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was going to say RB. I'm confused with RB.
Yeah, I thought about who's the right back? Which right back are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got the job done. It's kind of afforded the right to do some rotation at the weekend. Are we bothered about the league now? I mean,
still possible. It's still possible. Provided drop points, of course.
The blind optimism is astonishing.
Hey, I was optimistic for the game on Tuesday. Why can't I be optimistic for the league? You never know.
Yeah, I mean, a one-off blind, you know, obviously for a one-off game, that's it's completely different to a league which is going to have to see Liverpool lose another 4 games.
4 games, yeah, and Arsenal win
and draw as well.
It's just not happening, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is as well that we're not that focused on it that we're going to be in a position to take.
I know.
Full advantage.
And full advantage, and rightly so, right? We should be kind of going, okay, let's be realistic. The league is done. Let's put everything into Champions League basket, yeah?
Absolutely.
I'm just being an opportunist as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a thing, so I was just
Khalid asked a good question earlier. He asked, I think it's a bit presumptuous, Khalid, but he asked.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah.
you can read my mind, can't you?
I can, Fox. PSG
What's
or Villa.
going on here now? What's going on?
That's what I was looking for, because there's obviously been a few more comments since there.
Okay.
So, you know, obviously, you know, it was 3-1 last night to PSG. PSG beat Liverpool and knocked them out of the competition. We beat PSG in the knockout stages. I have to be careful of that because I often go into PSV as well. But yeah. Who would you want out of the two?
Me personally, I'd like to see PSG. You know, we know Villa. I just really dislike playing English teams in Europe. Firstly, secondly, is the whole thing with Unai coming back to the Emirates again. There's that element again, which, you know, we've been there, done that, and, you know, it would be nice to just see that story kind of buried, if you like, and as well to see some other stars on that Emirates pitch who don't normally get to see. I know we saw PSG at the beginning of the season, but, you know, to see Kvaratskhelia, Dewey, Barcola, Swan Swan Dembele, like to see these stars in the flesh would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, people say that we didn't play their full team and we didn't do this and we didn't do that and we didn't do the other. Well, we can't play who they didn't have signed already, by the way, because Kvaratskhelia hadn't signed by that point. So a bit difficult. You know, even if they're injured, you know, they can kind of have some kind of relation to that and just go, right, okay, yeah, fair enough. But to be putting out players that hadn't even joined the club at that point is a bit it is a bit crap. But Kvaratskhelia is one of those guys that creates something out of nothing, and he scored a brilliant goal last night from an angle. And I don't know if you saw Tonali's goal the other week from in the league, where he we all play FIFA, right?
How's that not goal of the month? No.
What, Tonali's one?
Yeah.
Because he didn't mean to do it. That's why.
Okay.
He come out in an interview and said he didn't mean to do it.
Well, Ben White tried to do it against Chelsea and it worked wonders in it last season.
I mean, he even did it on the other foot, but he admitted that it was a cross.
Okay.
So yeah, I wouldn't expect goal of the month to be given if it's an accident.
Better admit than keep it to yourself, as they keep your hands and feet to yourself.
I mean, yeah, I mean that there is that, but he did admit it, and you know, when you've actually pointed out, he might have done himself out of it. I don't know, but you know, but yeah, where he didn't mean to do it and did it, Kvaratskhelia did.
Fine.
And literally just basically smashed it on the bar into the roof of the net was ridiculous from the angle as well. And but he is going to be a handful. I do think he's going to be a handful. I don't mind Dembele too much because he's a lot of pace. His shots can go anywhere. He does a lot of leaning back and a lot of tier 2 shots, to be fair. So I don't mind him too much. But Dewey was a sub in our game, I believe, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah.
I think he came on the second half because then they rotate with Barcola. And I can't remember who was on the other side. But I think other than that, I think it was the same team. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think only the wingers are different. And everybody's saying, "Oh well, I want Barcola on my side," like everyone. And now they're saying, "Well, yeah, you didn't play against a full team." Yeah, you need to keep some energy the same, mate. That's kind of it.
I want PSG as well. I want PSG as well to sum it up.
You want PSG as well?
Yes.
Just because you don't want to play Villa, or because you don't want to play against part
I
of the
don't want to.
Bush
I'd
merchant?
rather not talk about Villa right now. As you know, I have very much bad vibes with Villa right now.
Why?
Do you want to give another moment of it to say why? Well, first and foremost, Emi Martinez is just a clown. He's time wasting. Just does my head in. He's time wasting. Just.
I mean, yeah. In fairness, but Riot does the same. To be fair.
Yeah, but Riot does it in a non-obvious way. But this one, that's so obvious, and he gets away with it every day. He gets away with it. This guy. I mean, take this though. I'm not saying this from a Brazil perspective. He's doing keepy up is a 4-1 up. I'm sorry, it's too wrong right now. I mean, come on. Even his manager, he told me, calm down, Eddie.
I mean,
that's
yeah. I mean,
that
is fair. I definitely give you that.
You see why then? I have a good
reason.
I
absolutely give you that.
My friend, he's doing keepy uppies, man. Come on.
Yeah, I absolutely give you
he's
that.
Manager, my brothers, because you're my family pretty much. Literally told him to calm it down. Like, what are you doing, man? He's so coming. Good. He's so coming. He's a mini one. Don't worry. He's only a mini one.
Well, we haven't got time for a full-on one at all, to be honest.
Well, last season was perfect for Rodri when I let it rip and he gets injured.
I mean, yeah, fair. I mean, yeah,
I loved it. As Kevin Hughes, I loved every minute of it, man.
The thing is, at 3-1 down,
yeah.
For me, I think if they'd have taken 2-1 back to Villa Park, I think that'd have been all right. I think 3-1 is a bit much. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think so as well. I think it's a bit much. I think Villa are kind of missing that directness and that kind of shooting power of John Duran.
I was about to say that, man. You just said it.
Yeah,
they didn't play either of them. They didn't play Watkins. Obviously, I haven't got Duran anyway.
He came on, I believe.
Yeah, it was late though. It's about 70 minutes, I think.
Duran's gone to Saudi, Sparks.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just saying that. Yeah. I know we've just had the conversation about not playing these. Yeah, oh God.
Nice one, Daniel.
Yeah, I probably put my foot in it there, but it's like, yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that profile, and I don't think playing Rashford in that position, I don't think that's the strongest move. They should have probably put Watkins there, had Rashford on the left, and I don't get or even Asensio. I don't understand why you don't play Asensio. And somebody said to me he's not defensive enough, and I was like, well, if you have to worry about your striker winger being defensive, then you set up wrong.
I thought since his cup tied, no?
Not in Europe. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
He came on. He did come on in the second half.
Yeah.
That's strange how these rules work in Europe.
Yeah. UEFA have got rid of it.
I wish we can get rid of it in this league as well.
Yeah. Domestic league still a thing, not in Europe. So it's been it's basically been dropped.
Was that the ladies? Chloe Kelly can't play for Arsenal ladies because Man City said Chloe Kelly can't play in Arsenal Cup competitions for Arsenal, which makes no sense. So Man City.
Yeah, I mean, she left under a cloud as well, so it kind of, you know, they're
yeah, I hear you. I'm a big fan of hers anyway.
Yeah, they're going to rub salt in it as much as possible, aren't they? But yeah,
it's Man City, of course. Man City, of course.
Especially as they're nowhere near the league, and Arsenal are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just didn't they batter them as well? That probably doesn't help.
yeah, that was nice.
Probably doesn't help at all. Favorite quote I saw Villa. It's like two teams in a game of paintball, but PSG are all XAS.
Oh god.
Yes, and Villa are in high-vis jackets. The thing is, I don't think that they were necessarily in high-vis jackets. I think they were trying to hibernate.
Yeah, Spetsnaz, more like from Call of Duty.
They're literally trying to hibernate. So
can I read that to you in Russian, Spark? I can read it like to you like Russian or Serbian accent if you want me to read it for you. If that makes sense.
What's this?
I'm saying that I can read it in a Russian accent.
What's that going to do?
Just make it more dramatic. I don't know.
Right, okay. I mean, you made it more dramatic by saying you would do it in Russian.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Andrei Arshavin, that you had your service. That's what I said.
Just laughing at the comment. So Kelly said he doesn't see Villa coming back either. So yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I definitely don't want to. I think nosebleed football should be banned. I really do. I don't think I don't think it should be in football anymore. I think when certain teams are basically criticized for dark arts and such, like when other teams are basically setting up like that against you every single week or every other week at least, I think it's a bit rich. That they don't say anything about it. They don't really say anything about it if it's Arsenal or generally Man United, because the Manchester derby, I thought that was a bit harsh. When he did you hear what Gary Neville said? Basically said, "Oh, it looks like they're going to go out for a meal together."
Oh my god! What about the Chelsea game then? What about the Chelsea game? What do you have to say about that?
I don't know. I mean, I just found it quite funny because it's he's normally overcritical of like two teams, and then he glazes Man City, glazes Liverpool, and everybody glazes. This is the other thing, right? I mean, everybody says, "Oh, we don't have Champions League heritage and this, that, and the other." Correct me if I'm wrong, but we were in the European competitions, back in European competitions, since Villa were.
Pretty much.
Well, I've missed 17 years solidly in Champions League football with Wenger. Did I just imagine that?
You just woke up. You woke up from a very bad dream.
Yeah. How many in those 17 years? How many years were Villa in the Champions League?
Don't know.
Was it 0?
Maybe 1.
I think it was 0 in that 17 years period.
Was it David O'Leary or was it Martin O'Neill? Was it back-to-back 5th places, I think, in that time?
Oh, was it? Was that Champions League, though?
It was Europe. Was it the UEFA Cup? Or whatever it was back
then?
Yeah,
so it wouldn't have been Champions League.
No. I don't believe so.
So, but yeah.
I still remember the Intertoto Cup. If you remember the Intertoto Cup.
Yeah.
Then Newcastle won, by the way, if they forget that they actually won that thing.
I mean, they've got something more recently than this is the other thing. I right. Well, you know, with that, what you just said there.
Go on,
right?
I'm here. Sorry.
So people basically say is Newcastle beat either Arsenal or Tottenham, depends who's in the conversation, beat us to a trophy.
It is.
Well, no, yeah, but you didn't beat us to it, did you? You had 60 years in between one. 60 years is a bigger gap than 5.
Yeah,
it seems about here.
No, but what I like about them, right? I'm
weird.
Another mini round. What I like about them, they say that was.
I'll do a mini round because Daniel's got to go.
Well, okay, so I'll say it politely then. Let's say that was Emery's team, Arsenal. He's not Arteta's team. I'm thinking, well, Was it not the same when Emery took over from the previous manager to say the same thing?
Well, the other one was that he wasn't backed.
Yeah.
And he spent 248 million.
No one says anything about it, do they? Though
nobody says anything about that. They only count, and but every with Arteta's money, it goes up every time I hear it.
Because it's Arsenal.
We're just like, we're just going to pluck a different number from the sky.
I'm telling you, it's because George Graham says our history. Everyone will hate us at some point.
But what actually gets me is it's Man City fans, Man United fans, and Tottenham fans who basically call out the figures, and they've all spent more than us.
And have spent atrociously.
They've spent more in the same duration as that manager.
Yeah.
But they all move the time scale as well to basically go, oh well, it's 5 years or it's 7 years or whatever it is that just suits the narrative.
Because it's them. I know.
Well, yeah, because they find 1 year that they didn't spend anything, and that brings down their average. See?
Oh Christ!
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me done. That's me done.
Yeah. So I'm not being funny, but when we moved from Emirates, it was like to Emirates. It was like, yeah, we couldn't buy a player for love no money. So, but yeah, there we go.
On to the next one.
Yes, exactly. Well, Brentford predictions.
3-1.
Daniel.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-1 as well, just purely because I think we are going to rotate, and yeah, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm of that occasion. I'd like
a
to
week
win
before Easter as well. A week before Easter.
Yeah, and people going, oh, you need to finish second or whatever. No, I don't. Don't care. Don't care.
More money in the bank, my friend.
Well, I think it's 1.7 million per place. So I don't you know, it's not going to buy anybody, is it?
We can make some roof adjustments in Emirates Stadium.
It might pay some agent fees, but that's about it, isn't it?
Hey, we need a roof in our stadium. I'm telling you, we need a roof when it's super cold, man.
Yeah, well, what you're gonna close it in? You're not closing it in
when it's raining and when it's damp and crap. No.
Wear a bloody coat.
Oh, thanks, mate. You're amazing.
You don't even sit where you sit. What row do you sit, Daniel? Oh, you're at the back anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at the back anyway.
Yeah, I'm row 13.
I'm everywhere, wherever my life.
But you don't get any further forward than I do.
I've sat before that lower tier. I told you for the Chelsea game.
Yeah, but not right at the front.
Well, I did that for the ladies as well one time. It's freezing.
Oh, right, yeah. They're not. Sorry, mate. They're not putting a roof on for that.
Okay, then no roof.
Sorry, in that.
Hey, is that the double glazing windows? You know, you buy one, you get one free, right?
I'm not sure it works like that with stadium roofs, but there you go.
Okay, new seats then. I don't know. Whatever.
We don't sit down anymore, so you know.
Okay. That's true.
Anyway, I know people have got to go, so we're going to wrap it up there. Bez, thank you very much. Pleasure as always.
My pleasure, mate. Thank you for having me, and it was nice to see you on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, no worries. Nice to see you too. You even bought me a beer, I believe.
Yeah, where's mine?
Well, it's still in the pub, isn't it?
You Arsenal. That's what I say. You Arsenal, you are.
I'll buy one next time. You went. I can't.
I'm saying you Arsenal. I didn't say anything. I said you Arsenal. I didn't say anything bad. You Arsenal.
Cheers, Daniel.
Cheers, Fox. Thanks for having me. Hopefully, next time we chat, we'll be through to the semis.
That'll be very nice indeed as well. But yeah, guys, if you are still in the stream, please make sure you're hitting the like and subscribing. Drop any comments you'd like in the comments section. I always do this because I always lose my video. But yeah, we're going to do a show tomorrow at I believe 7:30. So if you can join us for that, we'll see you there. If not, we'll see you after the weekend, and we'll do another one on Monday. This is Footy Corner. I've been Sparks. Have a great evening. Good night.